Welcome to Guns Gaming Reviews, and today we're looking at Astroneer, the latest from the indie space survival crafting category. Survival crafting games are a dime a dozen these days, and it seems like there's a new one almost every single week. But Astroneer somehow manages to stand out from the rest of the crowd, and I'm not really sure why. Maybe it's the unique style in which you collect crafting components, the bizarrely relaxing art style, or the terrifying cuteness of it all. Regardless, I like it. It has a very cinematic storytelling approach when you start a new game, but no actual real story. It's almost as if it's prompting your head to fill in the blanks for the story that could be there. This game's also in pre-alpha state, so they have plenty of time to add story components as they go. There is online co-op if you'd like to play with friends, up to 4 I believe, but also a single player mode if you just want to go on your own. The crafting system isn't extremely in-depth, but it's far more interactive and intuitive than most crafting in other games. In most other games, you simply click a menu and open up once you have the components and click the craft button. This gets boring and repetitious fairly quick and turns a game mechanic into nothing but a time sink when you spend 5 minutes crafting a component just to place it in 20 seconds. This game actually makes you move them around into the correct orientation or different areas and lets you drag them around the environment. It actually makes it a pretty cool little mechanic that gives some good feeling to your game time spent crafting as opposed to just wasted time in a menu. Most games also have the very annoying tutorial of this is how you move your character. Like, we don't already all know this. Seriously, if you're playing on even it doesn't matter if you've played a game in your life. Why does this tutorial still exist? This game has that same tutorial, but in such a way that I didn't actually find it annoying. Even back in Titanfall 2 when the tutorial came up of this is how you move your character, I'm like, I know this. I know. Why? But when this did it, as it launches your ship, this is your camera button. They were just nice little prompts, it felt like, as to, hey, this is how you do it if you want to. But you don't have to. You're gonna land on a planet now. However, the tutorial does stop short of what it does need to explain. Like, placing 2 resins on a pad lets you create stations, such as printers, researchers, or smelters. It also doesn't bother to explain to you how tethers work, and I had to actually go look up a guide somewhere else on the internet to figure this out. Tethers allow you to extend the oxygen supply from your base, so you can continue to breathe while mining resources way out in the field, so they're seriously handy, and it doesn't tell you about this anywhere. The game has some actual threats as well, stuff that's not easily prepared for, like the UPS delivery day storm. And some stuff you can prepare for by doing research and gaining filters to defend yourself against poisonous Nazi gas plants. In total, this game has some of the best intuitive, simplistic controls of any survival game to date, and it feels nice, comforting, and relaxing in an odd way that I really didn't expect it to, even when Nazi gas plants are murdering you, in a cute way. The biggest complaint I have about this game is just the sheer lack of content. There are multiple planets that you can explore, and you can have a lot of fun exploring, but the depth in the crafting system just isn't there yet, even though it's very intuitive and nice to use. But this game is pre-alpha, so it's really hard for me to knock on the game for not having a lot of content when it's in a pre-alpha state. I mean, if you ask me, this is one of the most solid foundation indie games, early access, that I've ever come across in a long time. And for that alone, I have to give them props. They don't really need to add any more new mechanics, they just need to add content to the game. With such an extremely solid foundation, I highly suggest you watch after this game. In the coming months after they add some of this more content, I feel it's going to be well worth the $20 price tag currently on Steam. And if you manage to find it on sale, it's a must-have. That's going to be it for this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed my review of Astroneer. We may come back and re-review this a year from now once they've added a bunch of content. It's one of the things I might want to add to the list, and we'll see what you guys think, whether you want that or not. Me to come back at a later time once I think enough content's been added to it that it'll actually be of much more interest to you, because like I said, that content drop-off is just such a sheer cliff, but I still massively enjoy the game, which is so bizarrely weird to me. This video was brought to you by Patreon. They give me the monthly amount of money for me to bring these new games to you guys so that I can buy it and review it. I do try to get review copies. Doesn't always work out, but the guys over at Patreon, they always help out. All the descriptions are in the link below. You can click now on the screen to support us at Patreon. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, or Kwanzaa, Labor Day, whenever you're watching this. I'm Guns. I'll see you later. UPS Storm of Doom! Ha ha ha!